Good morning to anyone present here. So let us see today about uh, the operators. So what are the different operators we have with Python? We'll see today. So the first one we have is the arithmetical operator. So the arithmetical operator that we have with Python are first one is the addition operator. So when we want to have two variables, two values, say it is an integer value or it may be a float value, so you want to have those two values added, we can just go for plus. When we want to concatenate two strings also, we can use this operator plus. And when you want to subtract one value from another, then you can use this operator minus. And then multiplication, division. Division, we have in Python two division operators. One is called as float division and one more is called as integer division. So when I, for example, when I give 5/3, so single slash 3 when I give, I'll be getting as a value which is going to have an integer a part and a decimal part. So when I give 5/3, I'll be getting it as 1 point, like that. So it will be giving us a decimal value. But when I use this double slash, I'm going to get only the integer part. That is, if I give 5/3, I'll be getting 1. So that is the difference between slash and double slash. When I go for this module, there is a reminder operator. So when I give the same example 5/3, the quotient is what we are getting using slash. But when you want to get the reminder, 5/3 means I'll be getting the reminder as 2. So that you want to get the remainder of the division, you can go for using this modulus operator. Exponent, it is the power. So if I give 3 to the exponent 3 double star 3, that means 3 to the exponent 3. So 3 cube. So which you will get as 27. So this is a power operator. So these are the operators that I'm going to have with the arithmetical operators. Next we have is the relational operator. So when you want to compare two values, whether the first value is greater than the second value or the first value is less than the second value, so like that you want to compare two values, you can use this relational operator. It's also called as comparison operators. So we have slash, greater than, which means the first value is greater than the next value. So it returns, this relational operator will return you whether true or false. So it is greater or not. So it returns a boolean value. Then we have the less than. So the first value is less than the second value. So it returns true, else it returns false. Then the third operator we have is equal to, which compares the equality of those two values. And this one is called as not equal to. Okay, the exclamatory mark and the equal to, which we call it as the not equal to, and then greater than or equal to. So this greater than will not check for the equality. Say for example 10 greater than 10 will always return false because 10 is not greater than 10, it's equal to. So you want to compare either it is greater or equal to, I'll be having this greater than or equal to. Then the same way less than or equal to. Next operator we have is the logical operator. So when I want to combine two conditions, so before we have seen the relational operators. So 5 is greater than 3 and 5 is greater than 4. I want to check that two things. Say for example, age is greater than 18 and age is less than 60. So if I want to have some sort of combination of conditions, I go for using this AND logical operators. So there are three logical operators we majorly have: AND, OR, and NOT. When both the conditions, whatever you're giving, should be true, you have to use AND. Say the citizenship is Indian and age is greater than 80, eligible for vote. So that is where you use and if I want to have either one condition, say if you want to tell that a student is pass, then you have to tell that he has to score in mark 1 greater than 40 and mark 2 greater than 40 and mark 3 greater than 40, like so on, so that only he will be pass. So all the conditions should be true. When you go for R, either one condition is true, I'll be getting it as true. That is either one, say for example, you are having uh, salary greater than 50,000 or a property, immobile property value greater than 1 lakh, then you're eligible for a loan. So either one condition is true, I'll be having that. Then I want to check for not, say not age less than, age greater than 18, I can tell age greater than 18, or I can tell in another way that not age less than 18. So what will happen? So if it not age less than 18 means it is going to be tell the, if that is going to be true, that means age is certainly greater than 18. So I can use this not in that way. And then the next operator we have is called as identity operator. So I want to check for when two values is same, when two lists are same, I want to check that, then I can use this identity operator. So it will return when the operands are having the same values. And the same way, if not, I'll be having is not. And if I want to check a particular a value is available in a list, then I can use this in. Say 5 is in a list of all things. Say I want to check whether the name called as Arun is available in list of class students. Then I can use this in. It is not in that particular list I want to check, then I can use this not in operator. So these are some of the operators we have. So we have seen arithmetical operator, relational operator, logical operator, and then identity operator, and also we have seen the membership. So next we'll see about the control structures. So the major basic control structures we'll see. So the first one is the if. So I want to check for a condition. So normally the flow of the program will be from the first line to the last line. But if I want to check for a condition, if the condition is satisfied, then only I want to execute a particular statement, I can use this control structures to change the thing. Okay, so I'll be having the if. So how I can use this one if condition? So always all these control structures will end with a colon to specify that it is going to have a block of statements. So if I am going to specify a condition, then I'll be giving the statements. If age is greater than 18, then I can give print you're eligible for OT. Else I can go for having else, or I can just stick only for this condition. If I want to check the condition and if it's true I want to print a statement, I can go for only if. But if I want to go, if the condition is not true, I want also to execute certain statements, I can go with else also. So I'll be having there the else statement. So if the condition is true, it will execute this set of statements, and if the condition is false, it will set and execute the statements, else statements, and also else will be end with a colon. Now if the condition is false but still I want to check for an alternative condition, then I can go for this elif. Okay, so I'll be having elif condition again, and for multiple if else if like that, it is can have one else, because if all these conditions doesn't satisfy, I can go for this else. So this is what we have it as if condition. And then this is called as a looping thing, where I can just go for checking for a condition, and while that condition is true, I can execute the statement. So it will be executing more than once. Here it checks for the condition, it does that, and then go to the next statement. But I want to repeatedly execute a statement, I can go for while. And if you know the number of times you want to execute, then go for. So for variable in a range, I can give value. Say for example, 0 to 5. So it will execute 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then we also have break and continue. Break is for stopping a particular loop in between and come out. Say if I'm executing a loop for 100 times and if it reaches 50, I want to come out of the loop. I can just tell that if the value of the loop is equal to 50, then break. So it will come out of the for loop. Continue will stop the current iteration only. It will continue with the next iteration. I don't want to print a value of the loop when it is reaching 50. Then I can just give if the loop value is 50, continue means it will not print. For all the other values, it will print the loop value. So like that is called as the break and the continue. And then when you go for having see, this is what I've given in comparison with the for loop in your Python and in the C programming. So when you go for having a C programming, you will be giving, it starts with 0 and it should be ranging still 19 less than. I've given the condition relational operator less than. That means what will happen, it will take only the values between 0 to 19 and it increments by 1. So the same thing I'm given here in range 20. That means it starts defaultly from 0 till the value whatever I'm giving before that all it will do. So it will be taking till 19. Okay. And then I'm having the next one. If I is equal to 3, I'm printing it. I mod 3. So remainder operator. If that is equal to 0, I'm going to print. Okay, so which are all divisible by 3, I'm going to print it. Okay, and if I mod 5 is equal to 0, then I'll be printing it as bingo. Okay, so this is how I'll be having the statement to get it done. And this is how the loop will be executing, file loop will be executing. First I'm having a value n is equal to 5. If n is greater than or equal to 0, yes, then it will print the value n minus 1. So n will become 4. It will again check for n greater than 0. So until it becomes greater than it, until it is greater than 0, it will print. If once it is not greater than 0, it will stop and come out of the loop. This is what we have it with this one. And when I go for an infinite loop, so here you can just see what does mean by an infinite loop. If I'm not having any increment or decrement, what will happen, always n will be greater than 0. So it will be keep on printing lather and rinse. It will never come out because I have not have any increment or decrement variation of values. So it will be keep on executing the thing. So you have to either decrement the value of n and then go for doing it. And now, so you will be having here again, here the value of n is again, it will be keeping a infinite loop. And as I told you already, I'm just giving a break. So here you can see that. So I'm getting an input and then if I'm just giving done, the value of the input what I'm giving, if it is done, I'll be coming out of the loop. If not done, it will keep on get the values. Say for example, first I'm getting the hello there, it will print that hello there. If I'm giving finished, it will give finished. If I give say for example loop, it will print loop. So whatever values other than done I'm giving, it will keep on executing. Once I give the input as done, it will be coming out of the loop. So this is what is the use of break. Okay, so this is what I've given here. And once it is coming out of the break, it will be going to the next line after the loop. So whenever I'm having any loop, out of that loop I'm having some state, it will continue executing that. So this is what we have here. You can see the continue. So if I start with hash, I should not print that value because it is a comment. So if I, that's what I'm checking, if the first character in that particular input is hash, then continue means it will not print this value, so it will come out of the current iteration. So what is the current iteration I'm having to print the value of that whatever input I'm giving. that will not happen because I've given continue. But when I give break, it will come out of the entire loop as totally. So this is what the difference between continue and break. Okay, and when I go for again and one more example I've given, so it will come out of the next iteration. So that is what is being given here in this particular slide. And when I go for having iterations without any values, it will go for having an indefinite loop of things. Okay, now I'm having here a set of values here. So this will be executing with each of that value if the variable I. So I will hold 5 now, and then I will next hold 4, then I will hold 3, like that it will be keep on having. So the same way here, friend will be having first Joseph, then friend will have Glenn, and friend will have Sally. So this is how it will be executed. So you can have the for loop with strings also. Okay, so this is how I'm going to have, and the loop will be executing in iterations. So it will be keep on executing one by one, so it will be getting the values assigned. So that is what I've been given explained with this particular slide. Okay, so I'm just getting the value. So if it is done, yes, it will come out of the loop, else it will be going on uh, the next value of I. Okay, so we have here seen the list of operators that we have: the arithmetical operator, the relational operator, and then the membership operator, and also we have seen about the logical operator. So we have seen all these operators, and also we have seen about the looping control statements, that is the if else, then if else if else, and also we have seen while, we have seen for, and also we have seen the use of break and continue. Okay, so if you have any further more queries, you can mail me to this mail ID. Thank you.